the ocean's fury, it's a raging beast out there, bigger than any monster and angrier than any storm. It crashes, it mauls, it devours. And in 1961, it met its most powerful guardian. An 11-deck, high-floating citadel, armed to the teeth with enough firepower to level a city and protected by a secret so deadly it could boil sailors alive. No, this isn't from a fictional Tom Clancy thriller. It's the true story of the mightiest vessel ever built, the USS Enterprise, America's first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. Imagine if ancient Rome had taken to the seas. A floating coliseum teeming with gladiators ready to be unleashed. Now, picture that coliseum decked out with all the toys of the future. Nuclear reactors, hypersonic fighters, enough weapons to blot out the sun. That was the Enterprise. Now let me tell you a bit about what this ship is really packing. First off, its reactors. Unlike your typical carrier, fueled by good old fossil fuels, the Enterprise ran on nuclear fission. What does that mean? Well, instead of burning fuel, it split atoms, releasing energy that created steam, which spun turbines to generate electricity. And here's the kicker. One of those reactors provided enough power to run the entire ship for a whopping 25 years straight. Yep, you heard it right. 25 years. The other 7 reactors powered catapults, elevators, the ship's propulsion system, and even the air conditioning. They also generated enough electricity to power a small city. These reactors weren't just efficient, they were nuclear powered. Talk about a game changer, okay? But efficiency and power are nothing without control. And the Enterprise boasted some of the most advanced control systems ever seen on a ship. At its core was the Mark I IBM computer, a behemoth weighing over 30 tons and filling a room the size of a basketball court. This marvel of technology monitored everything from reactor temperatures to the ship's course. Back in 1961, when most computers were the size of houses, this was a giant leap for naval engineering. And then we have the ship's propulsion system. Ah, yes, the mighty engines that kept this floating behemoth plowing through the seas. These aren't your ordinary engines. No, they're powered by nuclear fission, the splitting of atoms, my friend. 8 of these reactors chugged along, producing enough energy to keep the ship sailing for a mind-boggling 25 years. And the best part? They were completely silent. No need for noisy, smelly diesel engines when you've got nuclear power at your fingertips. The Enterprise was a true marvel of engineering. Its designers aimed for a ship that could stay at sea for months without refueling, a true titan of the seas. The result, a floating fortress measuring over 1,100 feet in length, towering 257 feet tall, displacing 57,000 tons. To put that in perspective, imagine stacking 2 Boeing 747s on top of each other. Now add a few hundred tanks, missiles, and fighter jets, and you start to get a sense of the sheer scale of the Enterprise. But the Enterprise wasn't just about brute force, it was also incredibly maneuverable. Despite its colossal size, it could make tight turns and quick stops, all thanks to its advanced control systems and those silent yet powerful nuclear engines. This agility allowed it to dominate the seas, striking swiftly and accurately while taking minimal damage. Finally, let's talk about the firepower. Oh my friend, the Enterprise was truly a floating arsenal. It could carry up to 90 aircraft, including fighter jets, bombers, and transport helicopters. Plus, it was equipped with the surface-to-air missiles, anti-submarine warfare assets, anti-ship missiles, and even underwater countermeasures. With this arsenal, the Enterprise could defend itself against air and sea threats, while simultaneously launching devastating strikes on enemy targets. As the world held its breath, the Enterprise set sail on October 18, 1961, its nuclear heart thundering beneath the waves. The destination, none other than the jewel of the Caribbean, Cuba. The mission, Operation Charles de Gaulle, top secret operation that would test the limits of the Enterprise's capabilities. The stakes were sky high. The Soviet Union had placed nuclear missiles on the island, threatening the very existence of the United States. And the Enterprise was America's last line of defense. For days, the ship patrolled the waters off Cuba, its powerful radars scanning the horizon, searching for any sign of trouble. The crew was tense, knowing that a single misstep could trigger a nuclear apocalypse. But the Enterprise held its ground, a symbol of American grit and determination. Then came the order, a direct hit on the missile sites. Without hesitation, the Enterprise sprang into action. Fighter jets roared into the sky, their bombs slung under their wings, ready to strike. The mission was a success, but it was far from over. The U.S. needed to blockade Cuba, preventing any more Soviet supplies from reaching the island. And once again, the Enterprise took up the challenge. For weeks, the ship remained at sea, its decks bustling with activity as planes took off and landed, ferrying troops and supplies to and from Cuba. It was a delicate balancing act, ensuring the safety of both the crew and the thousands of troops on the ground. But the Enterprise crew handled it with precision and grace. But it wasn't just the military might that impressed the world. It was the sheer audacity of the mission itself. To think that a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier could play such a pivotal role in ending the Cuban Missile Crisis was beyond impressive. It was awe-inspiring. As the crisis finally eased, the Enterprise returned to port, greeted by cheers and celebrations. It was a hero's welcome for a very good reason. The crew of the Enterprise had just played a vital role in averting nuclear war. They had shown the world that America's nuclear navy was a force to be reckoned with. This mission was a testament to the crew's courage, skill, and dedication. They had faced the threat of nuclear war head-on and emerged victorious. Theirs was a tale of bravery that would be told for generations to come. But that wasn't the end of the Enterprise's journey. Oh no, it was just the beginning. Over the next 5 decades, the Enterprise would go on to serve in countless conflicts and operations, each one pushing the limits of its capabilities. During the Vietnam War, it became a mobile base for airstrikes, pounding enemy targets with bombs and missiles. In the 1970s and 80s, it patrolled the waters around the Middle East, ensuring the safe passage of oil tankers. And during the Gulf War, it launched airstrikes against Iraqi forces, helping to liberate Kuwait. Through it all, the Enterprise stood strong, a beacon of American power and determination. But the Enterprise wasn't just a war machine, it was also a floating city, a community of sailors who lived and worked on board. For months at a time, the ship boasted everything from a mini golf course to a basketball court, plus plenty of space for dining, recreation, and relaxation. In fact, the ship's library was so well stocked that it was nicknamed the Little Academe. The crew of the Enterprise were more than just sailors. They were pioneers, charting new courses in naval warfare, proving that nuclear power could drive a ship. They were innovators, constantly pushing the limits of technology to make the ship faster, more efficient, and more deadly. And they were heroes, defending America's interests around the world with courage and tenacity. Fast forward to 2017. After 51 years of steadfast service, the Enterprise finally hung up its sea legs. September 24th, 2017. It was decommissioned, marking the end of an era. But the legacy of the Enterprise lives on. Today, the ship serves as a reminder of the incredible feats that can be achieved when humans harness the power of nuclear energy responsibly. It's a lesson that we must not forget, especially in today's world, where the need for clean and efficient energy is more crucial than ever. So, here's to you, Enterprise. May your spirit of innovation and determination live on forever. And may your legacy inspire us to push the boundaries of what is possible and to chart new courses for the future. If you liked this video, check out this video next.